This is the Amsterdam Lookout here in the Dutch capital. Atop the tower is the Amsterdam Observation Deck, which at 100 meters is one of the tallest structures in the Netherlands. For daredevils and thrill seekers, there is the swing over the edge. Adrenaline junkies can dangle their feet over the edge while enjoying the view. Today's video will take a look at this swing, namely to examine how it relates to regulatory compliance. After all, as the Netherlands is part of the European Union, the powers that be at the Amsterdam Lookout needed to get regulatory approval, and as we've mentioned in previous videos, we want to show real-world examples of both product safety and regulatory compliance. So, let's get started. To keep things simple, we will discuss the Amsterdam Lookout in multiple videos. Today's video will focus on its various safety measures and why they are so critical, while the next couple videos will focus on the regulatory aspects, including the documentation that the managers need to submit, as well as the relevant competent authorities. So, what are some of the Amsterdam Lookout safety measures? We are not privy to all its safety documentation, and the Amsterdam Lookout management, as of this video's production in early 2026, hasn't responded to inquiries from the APLOS team. But as the Netherlands is a Western country, they have Western standards of safety, security, and one's well-being. The first safety measure is a secure harness, which can include lap bars and over-the-shoulder harnesses. According to the Dutch government website, safety harnesses are mandatory when at a height of 2.5 meters or higher, or if the mechanism can start moving, causing an individual to fall. Seeing as both criteria apply to the Amsterdam Lookout swing, safety harnesses are an obvious necessity. Second is a weight limit. According to the Amsterdam Lookout's website, 2 people riding on the swing must have a combined weight of 200 kilograms, or about 440 pounds. This is absolutely essential so as to prevent any strain on the structural integrity. Next, riders cannot bring personal possessions with them, including backpacks and mobile phones. While we hope the reason is obvious, we'll nonetheless stipulate that there is always the possibility of somebody dropping their phone or it even falling to the ground below. Finally, the Amsterdam Lookout management does not encourage anyone using the swing should they have any of these conditions. So these are some of the safety measures. Having said that, why are they important? While we hope this may be obvious, we'll nonetheless discuss. Without any safety measures, any accident could happen, some potentially deadly. For example, should the swing break apart for any reason, in a worst-case scenario, riders could potentially fall over 300 feet to the ground below. Falling from such a height would almost certainly kill anybody instantly. Simply put, safety measures are absolutely essential, as in this case they make the difference between life and death. Finally, how does a discussion of the various safety measures of the Amsterdam Lookout have anything to do with regulatory compliance for one's products or inventions, which is the focus of the APLOS team? First, safety is paramount for any product, service or invention, from toys to medical devices to one of the biggest thrill-seeker rides in all of Europe. Product designers must always anticipate as many problems as possible and implement safety measures to address potential problems, which is what the Amsterdam Lookout has done. However, that in and of itself is not enough. Inventors and entrepreneurs must test these various safety measures to make sure they actually work, and that they're not causing any problems of their own. And while the APLOS team does not have this specific data, we would imagine that the designers of the Amsterdam Lookout tested these swings extensively before opening to the public. Finally, products must get regulatory approval before they can be consumed, and the Amsterdam Lookout needed to get approval from the relevant agencies of the Dutch government, not to mention the local authorities in Amsterdam. Meanwhile, further videos dealing with the Amsterdam Lookout will focus on the regulatory aspects themselves, including the documentation that the management needed to submit, as well as the relevant government agencies. So how can the APLOS team assist? APLOS Device Regulatory Consulting UK Limited helps companies interested in getting regulatory clearance for their products, but without the bloated fees and intimidating jargon. We can help with advising clients on material to include in a submission, reviewing submissions, doing a gap analysis, and compiling regulatory documentation from scratch as well as more. We explain clearly and concisely so as not to intimidate or overwhelm anyone. From our London-based offices, we work with companies all over the world. Contact us today to learn more about what we do, your needs, and how we might be able to assist. Please let us know too, what questions do you have? What would you like the Applos team to address? Please also subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, as we are constantly posting more videos. And thank you as always for watching.